So who's this artist again?
Nasty C from South Africa. Janelle's been trying to schedule it for a week. It was so worth it. Listen up. In your own words, who is Nasty C?
Nasty C is just a creatively free artist from South Africa. Started rapping when I was like 9 years old. And I've pretty much just been experimenting with music up until today. I don't consider myself as an artist who's found their sound or whatever. I'm still growing and still experimenting and very open to like new sounds and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I started making music, period, when I was like 9 years old. That was my first time. The first time I ever paid attention to music at all was because of T.I. He had dropped this other remix for Top Back. And I saw it in this bus that I used to take to school. And I was just like a 9-year-old in a country that doesn't really play hip-hop like that. So it was my first music memory, but also just like my first time hearing hip-hop like that. Like at first I started off mimicking T.I., just like rapping his words, rapping his lyrics and like changing a couple words just so it sounds like it came from me. And then I would remake Lil Wayne beats, T.I. beats, T-Pain beats, Chris Brown beats. Like I started remaking beats and I started making my own beats and writing my own lyrics. And I guess the older I grew, the more my story started to develop and feel like something I needed to put on tracks as opposed to just like mimicking somebody else. And fast forward, you have me today.
Wow. And how does social media play into that story?
Social media has had a huge impact on many artists' careers, more especially my career, because I'm coming from not only just a city, but a country that doesn't really embrace hip-hop like that. If you were a rapper and you sounded like anybody international, people would mock you, people would make you feel stupid. And then social media came around and people started to get a little more familiar with commercial hip-hop and stuff like that. It became a lot more accessible and people understood it a bit more. So by default, they started understanding us a bit more, like hip-hop heads.
Word. In one of your songs you rap, I sign deals, but I own my soul. Can you elaborate on that?
That won't be changing. My bigger picture, my message, what I stand for, how I dress, how I look, how I present myself, what I like and what I don't like to do, none of that stuff will be changing. I know a lot of artists feel like they're compelled to adjusting and becoming what the label wants them to become because then they'll appeal more to this market or then they'll be radio friendly or this and that and da-da-da. I know like labels change a lot of artists and sometimes it's not even like intentionally. Sometimes they think they're helping but they're really just leading the artist astray. You have to know every single step of your journey, otherwise you're not going to be able to retrace them and go back to point A or the drawing board whenever you need to. We all have these times where we're tested as artists and as people. I need to be able to know who I am and where I am at that time when that time happens. I need to be prepared for it. If I just let anybody change me and present me and gift wrap me and whatever they feel like I should be gift wrapped in, and that moment comes, I'm gonna be lost. And I don't want that.
That's very interesting. You know, I love how your culture is so visible in your videos and fashion. Is that intentional?
Yeah, it is. And this is really something that I really started embracing about 2 years ago. Up until then, I've always just been like a modern kid, just like the rest of my generation. Yeah, a lot of them, they don't really take pride in their culture like that. I'm trying to make it cool to take pride in your culture again. I'm not gonna start wearing animal skin only just because that's how they used to do it back in the day. No, I'm doing it like how I wanna do it. I'm a hip hop head, I'm hip hop at heart. So I'm gonna mix the two and just make it cool for my generation to do that, you know what I mean? A lot of kids my age and like under, right now, they don't even know their clan names. We have a thing where you have a surname and then you have clan names that they call praise names. Some people call them praise names. A lot of us don't even know that. We don't even know our clan names. So when moments like when we have to go propose, instead of just doing it the white way, where it's like you just get on one knee and then you guys are engaged and then you go have a white wedding, we have to do it the traditional way. You take your uncles and you go to the girl's family, and before you even walk through the gate, you have to shout that girl's clan names as a sign of respect. We're lost right now. Like my generation, we don't know nothing about that. I'm just trying to make it cool again.
I guess it's like passing down traditions, you know? What's your clan name?
So my surname is Ngobo, and some of my clan names is like Fuze, Mashiyama, Tlangatazo Shumaela, Nyuswa, stuff like that. They feel like ad-libs. I'm trying to make it make sense to you.
So you recently recorded a single titled They Don't with T.I., and all the proceeds are going to the Until Freedom and Solidarity Fund. How did that collaboration happen?
I made the song like a year ago, and that was just around the time I seen the Netflix series When They See Us. You remember that? So before I saw that series, I didn't really know much about like the racial injustice situation going on in the States. Not that much of it. Like I'd seen a couple clips every now and then, but it wasn't like in my face like that. And then after I saw that series, I started to do my own research, and just like all the clips that I kept seeing just literally broke my heart. So I was like, shit. So I made the song. I made the song by myself at first, actually. And it was just like coming from a sympathetic perspective. There's no aggression to it or nothing, because I haven't experienced it. It was just like, it was very sad for me to see that. And then a couple months down the line, after seeing the series, but before I made the song, I was in New York shooting a video with A$AP Ferg King, and I had a mild taste of that whole situation. We were shooting in, I think we were in Harlem, on some rooftop, and I don't know what happened, but we got raided, and it was like 13 cops upstairs, like putting us in a line, making us put our IDs on the floor and shit, our hands up. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And this was fresh out of seeing like all these videos in this series. So I was like, I'm for sure dying right now. I'm dying to the hands of policemen. This is crazy. But luckily nothing happened, and I just decided to make a song, man. Just get it off my chest. I was more making it to just help the mothers and the loved ones of the victims heal. And a year later, unfortunately, the circumstance and the situation was relevant again, which is crazy. And then a year later, me and T.I. formed like somewhat of a friendship, and we have one song already in the bag, and this is not the song that's out. This is a song that's on my album. And then when this shit really got out of control and it just became like the #1 topic in the world, we were just like, yo, who better to get on this song and have them put it out than T.I., somebody who publicly stands for this shit. This is what's happening in the world right now. This is what matters more than streams and music and this and that and being cool and whatnot. So I was just like, yo, man, this is my idol. This is the reason I picked up a pen in the first place. So it would be an honor to have him on one of my songs, and a song that actually means something, a song that's not about everything else like that we always rap about as rappers. So we just put him on there, and he was more than happy to do it, and I was just happy to do it, and I was just honored.
Respect for putting up that message. That's what's up. That's what's up. And what do you want people to know who haven't been to Africa? I mean, even for Black Americans, like, I guess a message for those that haven't visited the motherland, the continent.
Damn, it's so much. There's so much. They just need to come here. They just need to come home and really experience it for themselves. Yeah, the pictures and the videos and the stories, they don't sell it enough. It's not enough. People have to actually come here and see how our values are way different from like everybody else in the world. We put culture first, we put family first, before business, before wealth and stuff like that. They really just have to come home, man. Even if it's for a week and then go back to your life, it's cool. But just come home for a second. I bet you it'll change their minds. It'll change the way they think, the way they act, their mannerisms. It'll change all of it.
Yeah, I might have to take a trip soon.